He's your guy, Gabe. But is Moxley hurting AEW?
Here's Gabe Knight. So, Gabe?
All right. How do I try to spin this the best I can?
Oh no, I'm laying out. Go right ahead. It's your guy.
Because there's no defending how they closed the show. Like for this, unfortunately for AEW, for the second straight pay-per-view, felt like a really good show until we got to the end, and it just became. I don't know if they think they're kind of pulling off with what Roman was able to do at the height of the Bloodline, where everything was. It was like basically everything was a Bloodline rules match, right? Like it was overbooked. It had a lot of people in it, but it still found a way to be satisfying. Like this did not feel to find a way to be satisfying. And the explanation of the Young Bucks didn't really do it for me last night.
Nope.
Even though I did like Mox's promo to start off Dynamite last night. I liked his match as well. And honestly, this is the way they should have been booking Jon Moxley for the way that match went yesterday for this entire time. Like, oh, hey, he doesn't need the Death Riders all the time, but, he just thumb to the eyes, just something a little bit underhanded where he still comes out on top. Like, I didn't mind that. Samoa Joe getting all fired up and cutting a promo, sign me up for that, 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. Like, that was a fine way to end the show, although who knows what the Trios Championships are going to look like because Pac unfortunately suffered an injury last night. So, like, there are like bits and pieces I like, but overall, it's just still not working. And I guess if it has to be a yes or no. I mean, I don't think Moxley's hurting AEW. I think the storyline is hurting AEW because again, there was a right way to do this, and they just really they've had more valleys than peaks. There have been a couple of good things to pick out of it, but for the most part, it's been kind of like, what the hell are you doing here? So I would say that this storyline is hurting AEW because there's a lot of good stuff happening in the women's division with Swerve, with Hangman, MJF, and the Hurt Syndicate is what was fun last night. But ultimately, when your world championship is kind of mired and muddied by this storyline, you can only climb so high.
Gabe, I think we got to find you a new guy. You had Ray Phoenix. You had Jon Moxley. It's just. I think it's just time for you. What do you think? I think it's time.
Feels like it.
I mean,
this is an intervention right now.
This is an intervention, but I mean, let's wait until the belt's off of him. He takes a little bit of time off and then comes back. We'll wait and see. All right,
November when he drops the belt at Wrestle Dream, and then we'll reconvene in January of 26 when he comes back.
Exactly. Wrestle Dream. You don't think he's dropping it all in at this point?
It's Wrestle Dream. We're waiting for Darby to get up that mountain. So we'll do it there.
God, no. Like, again, we're just talking about, like, not, trying to figure out if Seth Rollins can be that top guy right now in WWE. Guess who's not the top guy in AEW? Darby.
Yes, and doesn't want to be because he doesn't come to work.
Yep.
So,
which again, good for you. You got a bunch of other stuff you want to do in your life. Like, you are afforded that. But if you want to be the guy in a wrestling promotion, guess what you got to do?
Gotta wrestle. Gotta work. Think about this show that we saw on Dynasty, seeing Mercedes Moné against Julia Hart, Timeless Toni Storm against Megan Bayne, which was my favorite match of Dynasty. Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, looking at Adam Cole and Garcia, looking at Kenny Omega, Ricochet, and Speedball in a three-way. Then you get to this last match. I'll tell you before you came on this screen here, I'll tell you what I told Brian, and I'll tell the audience. The show was going well, had an ebb and flow to it, and then you got to the main event. And you give it the benefit of the doubt because a lot of people thought that Swerve would win. I didn't think that Swerve would win, but I knew it would be entertaining. And you know what we saw? We didn't see pro wrestling. We saw MMA.